Hey guys, we're about to have a thunderstorm here in the Pacific Northwest, and I'm going to get a chance here to show you my Ted Williams cards before we button everything down. But I'll start off by getting these out of the way. There's the 59 Fleer, which they did a whole set of 80 cards. And a lot of you are probably familiar. Some of them are kind of odd. Here he is fishing. There's just a lot of weird cards in here, but there are some gems. And I'll go by, there's where you think he damaged his arm there. He's reading a fishing book. There's a couple towards the end that are nice. This one is I think that one's cool, showing him as a pilot. There he is with some guy named, looks like his name's Babe Ruth. And then this one, here we go. Outstanding Rookie of 39. That looks a lot like his rookie card. That's pretty sweet. But there's a handful of other cards that are in there that are looking cool. All right, so I'll go to my my other card. Starting off the 1961 new scoops, or new card. These are the baseball scoops. Here we've got a good looking card. These are not very popular. I honestly don't know a ton about them. I don't know if there's 1,000,001 of these things out there, but I've got, I don't know, probably half a dozen of these cards, and they are all incredibly affordable. And so they must be pretty common. I just don't know enough about them. Now here we go. And I was joking on the last one because I've got two of these, but this one is a gorgeous copy. We got it in a PSA 8. My then girlfriend, now wife, got me this for Christmas 2 years ago. And I guess you pretty much have to marry her. That's a really cool card, Ted Williams and Babe Ruth on there together. That's fantastic. Must have been a joy for him to meet his idol. All right. There's one other card in that set that is pretty famous. And it's one of those things where you go, it's super valuable. Well, not super valuable. It is valuable because it's rare, but it's not necessarily a super cool looking card. And here you go. He decides to re-sign up for 59 after a not so good 58 year, and plays pretty well. But there he is, signing with Bucky Harris. And the problem is Bucky Harris over here, he had a contract with Topps. So Fleer started putting these out immediately, pretty darn quickly, had to stop. So there wasn't a ton of these that got into circulation. So it's much less common, which makes it more valuable. All right. And then we've got 60 Fleer. You know what? I should have started with this one. There's a couple other, this is a little weird in that they have such a wide white border on there, which I think really just detracts from the card, because the other cards in that set aren't like that. There are some others, Ernie Lombardi's that way. So it's too bad. I think they missed out on that one. I do wish that Fleer stayed in the game and made more cards, though. More options, the better, I think. This is the card that I've had, and so far when we're looking at those, I had graded. I sent this in to be graded. This one she got is, oh my gosh, now I'm gonna forget. It's like IGF, something like that, and it was in that holder as a 2.5, and I sent it into SGC, and it came back as a 2. This one I sent in to be graded, and I knew it was going to grade low, deservedly so. I think SGC does a really good job. There's a crease across there. But it was I've had this for years. It's the one that I've had the longest. So I was happy to have that. That was my first graded Ted Williams card. First Ted Williams card, period. First card of the set. He did that a lot. I think he was in the first card in the set, I think 2 or 3 times. Okay, this one I did not have graded. I bought it this way. I'm just going to let you look at that, and I wish you were holding this right now. Whoever you are watching this, I wish you were holding it and examining it, because I know that you'd be looking at me and say, dude, how's this a 4? But corner looks good. Corners look pretty good. They're really nice. Any surface flaws? Zippo. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous card. And it took me forever when I was looking on this on eBay. I'm like, man, that is amazing looking. And he wanted more like a 5 price for it. And I went back and forth with him, and I go, you know what? It's a 4, but it doesn't look like a 4. It looks better than that, so I'm willing to pay more. And he went down a little bit to meet me there. So I overpaid if we just look at the grade, but we look at the card, and it's awesome. But I looked and looked and looked and looked forever, and you know how they say you won't. It's really almost impossible to find a 4 with a crease or a wrinkle. This one has one. It's right around in here, but it takes everything you can with the right light and everything to detect it, because I scoured over that thing and finally found it, and I'm like, that's why it's a 4. So I love it because I think it would be a 7, possibly an 8 if it didn't have that little thing, which again I can't even detect. Here we go. Here's the 56, beautiful card. My wife laughs every time she sees that logo. It's a funky logo. It's awesome. Beautiful card. And that brings us down into one of my favorite sets as well. I'm not sure if I like this set or the 56 more. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. The 56 or the 54 set has so many big cards in it, which is awesome. And I built this set and I completed it. And one of the nice things is there's only it's a 250 card set. I think there's one card or 2 cards or something like that don't even exist. So it's an easier set to build in terms of like how many cards you need. The downside, of course, is you got to go get the Hank Aaron rookie, the Klein, the Banks. You got to get the Mays and the Jackie, and then the 2 Ted Williams. Those can be a little bit of a hurdle. But here we are is the last card and the first card. And this one I got locally at a smaller local card show. I really do like those. And I got it in, I sent it in, and I was thinking a 2, maybe a 2.5, and it came back pretty much exactly what I thought. So that was totally fair. This next card, I don't have any of the Bowmans. I don't have any of those. This card, I was super excited about because I was on eBay, and a lot came up, and I looked through all the pictures of the lot, and then I saw this card, and I just thought to myself, what is that doing in there? There was a 52 Andy Pafko, a 52 Enos Slaughter that was in very good shape, and about 14 other cards from the 50s. And then there was this card. And it was not listed. It said, in the listings, it said the name Williams, but not Ted Williams. And it had a lot of other things, but it didn't really make sense. And I was so excited when I got this. So here we have a 48 Swells Sports Thrills. I believe, and I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure that this company eventually, I'm not a football guy, became is very much associated with the company that became Philadelphia and the football cards. Or it's one of their top execs switched over and made that. But this set is got a couple neat things about it. One is it has a Jackie Robinson card where it's talking about him breaking the color barrier, and the card was made in 1948, so that predates his Bowman and his Leaf. So you could say that's his rookie card. So that's made this set a little bit more recognizable. Also, there's a card in there with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig together, and I would say this is probably the third biggest card out of there. But you have Joe DiMaggio celebrating his 300 home run, but right here is Joe DiMaggio. So that makes it a pretty darn cool card that they are both together. And I don't have any Joe DiMaggio playing days cards, but if you consider this a playing days card, because it's 48 and they're both on there, then I do. And I'm going to say that's a stretch, but you know what? I'm going to go with it. All right. After that, like I said, I don't have any of the Bowmans, so I have to jump way back. I do want to get the double play, one of his cards eventually, especially the one with Joe Cronin. Someday. But here we go. Super cool looking card. 41 play ball. It's just, I think that's just an iconic card. And in terms of his cards from the 30s, 40s, it might be his best looking card. This is not necessarily a great example of it, but I have it, and I'm super excited to have it. And even with it showing the wear and everything, it's pretty darn cool. And that brings me to my last card, and you might even be guessing what it is right now. I have three, I don't know, centerpieces of my collection, and I don't know exactly which one is the biggest card, but all three of them are valued around the same, are about the same amount in terms of iconic and everything else. And I'm hard to press to say which one is my favorite. This one is, oh boy, it'd be tough, but here we go. Absolutely love that card. If you were to ask me 10 years ago, I would say no, I'm never going to be able to own one of these. I remember winning this in an auction and just going, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to have one of those. And then when I got it, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got this. And I sent a picture to my one buddy who collected cards as a kid. And he was just like, are you kidding me? You got one? And I'm like, yeah, man, I got one. But I think this is a beautiful example. I'll ask you right now, what grade does this look to be? And it's hard to tell in a camera. I think whenever you hold a card up to a camera, it always looks better than what it is. But this one really does look good. And I showed it to a card buddy, or a buddy who does comic books. And I told him the grade, and he goes, okay, I don't get it. I don't understand how grading works. It comes back as a 1. I'm pretty sure I have a really good chance if I resubmitted this or if I sent it into SGC, I would not be surprised if it could get as high as a 3. But you know, it doesn't matter because I'm not looking to sell it. It doesn't make the card look any better than what it is. But I love it. I'm so excited that I have it. So there you go. There's my current run. I still have a bunch of cards that I'd love to get. But I'm going to save up and I'm going to take my time. And I really would love to get a 49 Leaf. I want to get the 40 play ball. I had an opportunity at One Shot, but I just couldn't quite make it on the price. He was a little high, and I was like, I just can't do it. Need to fill out the Bowman, the 48 Topps, and I'm waiting to get a really good example of his Topps All-Star card. You can get them pretty cost effectively for lower grade ones, but I would really like a nice one. I love the All-Star cards. I think they look so cool. All right, well, that's my collection. Thanks for checking them out. Give her a thumbs up if you like them. All right, Vader out.